Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. So in the previous video we took a look at getting our products from the backend. So in this video we are just going to take a look at the create products, and then maybe in the next video we take a look at maybe doing some data seeding just to get more data into the database so we can play around with it. All right, so so to create a product, let's create a function, dev create product create product. Then we need a base URL just like the one we had here. Let's get this base URL because it's the same URL we are using for products. I wonder if we should, because of copying it all the way from here, I think I'm gonna set up a base file, or yeah, a base file which will contain this, and then we will pass this details on, because otherwise we will keep on copying and copying it, right? So we don't want that. I will do that later. URL is equals to base, and then we are going to pass on this endpoint, create product endpoint, this endpoint. I just copy it from somewhere because I don't want to go wrong. Okay, so yeah, we got that one. Then we are going to do headers. So we are going to do headers, and we are going to do headers. Let's just do it here, headers, and we say now this header should, so in order to create a product we also need to create a category, which I will do in the next video, I guess. So the product needs a category. So if we don't have a category in the database, it's going to go wrong. But I'm going to do this, and then we see the error, and then in the next video we look at category, and then at some point we will take a look at the we will take a look at data seeding. Now this thing I'm doing here, these are some of the things that needs, you see this one is going to be reused, so this needs to go up higher into a base thingy. So we are kind of like trying to build a framework here, but from scratch. So let's say application /JSON, and then we are going to say, right, so we are building a key value system here. So authorization, because as we go deeper into the system, we find that we need to create you see, I'm using the F because we are going to put a certain value in here. Okay, so so if we say barrier, so it turns it into a string, right? So now the access token that we are going to get, remember in the other video we have a thing here where we are going through keycloak token URL to fetch a user token, and that user token we are returning, in the end we are returning it, the full return JSON data, right? So and this one we're gonna have to make use of this. So let's just create let me just give it a name called this one, access token, and then in this access token it says it's not there, so we can create a parameter. Let me just get it from the top. We are getting so let's just create token data, and then in that token data we will get the keycloak. We'll get it keycloak. So we say test, so this is the folder, is in keycloak folder. Then get user token, then post. Hope this is correct. And then access token, this is the variable at the bottom that we just created, and we're just going to say pass this token data to it, and we want this property from the token data. We want this particular property, access token. So if we run this particular file, we should be able to get this token. That is what we need. Let's put it here just in case I spell it wrong. Sometimes my head doesn't fit right. So once we've done that, comma, did I do something wrong here? Once we've done that, comma, and then we need content type. So content, capital T, content type, and then we say content type is application /JSON. Accept should be star, isn't it? Header, I think it should be star, but let's do this for now. For header, accept is /. So it's this one. Go back, see if this will work. Okay, all right. So content type application JSON. Hope the spelling is correct. And then yeah, that's our header, and then we want a data. I'm just going to copy something I've got here because it's going to prolong the it's going to prolong what we are doing here, right? Yeah, my external drive keeps on failing, and then when I record the video it disappears, but it doesn't save. So I've kind of like gone forward, but anyway, so where I left it, this is the data, right? And then we are kind of like doing it the same way like the previous one. We are passing on the URL. You see now this thing is becoming copy, you know, like copy paste all these. So we will do something about it at some point. We need to create a higher up file, test file, maybe a test base that we can get all these and reuse even our for the rest of the test, so that it doesn't carry out. Of course, every service would have a different URL, so this bit will become the base URL basically, and then we will just add the rest to it. So anyway, back to what I was saying. We pass on the URL, and then we pass headers, and this is our header. Remember, this is what we built earlier. And then within that header we are passing the token. Remember, we got the token from the the folder of under test, keycloak test and get user token. We've got that, and then we store it into this variable, and then we are using that within our test here, because if we don't pass the user token, we cannot create a product. We need a form of user to create the product. And then we are passing the JSON data. Now remember, I mentioned that in this bit where we are going through the keycloak token URL to get the user token, the data we pass is we pass it through a form, right? A form method. So we are using a form type of method to pass the data. Yeah, so it's not, this is not a JSON, this is a form, right? So if we go back, the same thing we're trying to build here is similar to what we would do. We got key and then we got the value. However, when we pass it on here to the request.post, we are passing it as data. We are using data. Okay, that's the difference. However, in here we are passing it as JSON, because this is a JSON type of data, right? And we are passing it here as JSON. Okay, now and then we say, right, we want to check the status, and then we print the status, and then we want to make it look pretty, and then we print it out. So let's run this file and see what happens. Okay, so we have created a product, and there's 3 products now. So we have created a product. Of course, we can assert this bit as well, which I think we can do. We can just get we can just create something like this and say, right, we want this particular. So let's just copy that one then, and we print that bit. Let's say we want something like product ID, and then we want to get this product ID property here. Yeah, and then let's have a look at this one. This is where we left out, isn't it? We wanted to check if we can get all products. So let's see. Right, so we can get all products. We got 3 products, and the last one. Okay, see how this doesn't look so good. So let's uncomment that one. This is what I was talking about, and then print that one instead. See, now this looks better, and it's easier to spot the product ID of the last one. So you know what, guys, I do appreciate you coming back to my channel. Please like my video. If you haven't subscribed yet, could you please subscribe, and could you share my videos as well, because it would mean a lot to me, and it will also encourage me to carry on doing and things like this, and then we can share our knowledge and skills, right? Thank you for coming back to my channel. See you in the next video.